Puerto Rico, with 3.1 million people, has just a slightly larger population than Miami-Dade County. But it could have the largest impact on this year's presidential race in Florida, as the state's 2.4 million registered Hispanic voters decide between Republican President Donald Trump and Democrat Joe Biden. Many will remember how the U.S. territory was devastated by Hurricane Maria in 2017, and this year by Isaias. In between,
I could hear cracks, my house, everything started falling over.
Shaken to pieces by more than 1,000 earthquakes, and how the White House responded. The president, September 18th, authorized a $13 billion aid package to rebuild electric infrastructure and schools.
We've done more for Puerto Rico than anybody, and this is just an example of it, but we've done more for Puerto Rico by far than anybody.
3 days earlier, during a campaign stop in Kissimmee, Biden chastised the president and his administration for previously withholding emergency relief money approved by Congress to help Puerto Rico recover and rebuild.
I'm not going to throw paper towels at people whose lives have just been devastated by a hurricane. The world saw that. Not just the United States, the world saw that. It was mortifying.
Biden has said he supports what Puerto Ricans decide on statehood. On his website, he promises to commit to full recovery, investing in economic development, relief from unsustainable debt, and education and workforce development. On the Trump campaign website, we found no mention of Puerto Rico. Both candidates, surrogate experts on the island's future, debated which would do more to stabilize Puerto Rico.
We're talking to Puerto Rican voters about Joe Biden's very aggressive plan to ensure equal treatment and opportunity for Puerto Ricans, and Donald Trump's continual treatment of Puerto Ricans as second-class citizens.
I think the White House has been concerned about what's been going on in Puerto Rico. The president is doing everything to ensure the safety and security of the people of Puerto Rico. President Trump has not forgotten the importance of Puerto Rico and, more importantly, the needs of the Puerto Rican people.
The president has said he also supports any decision made by island residents regarding statehood. He's also said he wants to provide incentives to pharmaceutical companies to bring back medical manufacturing to the island to stimulate the economy. Hillary Clinton was favored by 79% of Florida Latino voters when she lost to Donald Trump in 2016. A new Latino decisions poll shows Joe Biden getting just 65%. But the former vice president is betting the more than 500,000 Florida voters of Puerto Rican heritage, many with loved ones still on the battered island, will keep these images in their minds when they cast ballots. Greg Fox, WESH 2 News.